light came on. And by the time I checking 4 tires, my hands
were frozen off? Wow.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Hy-Vee Today show, it's Tony Tone on Thursday, the, wait for it, 16th of January. Did you see me just cheat and look at the 55-inch monitor to remind myself of the date? Here, I'll do it again. It's Thursday, January 16th. Did you see my eyes move? Sometimes I forget what date it is. So it's Thursday. This week is going by fast. There is a Snowmageddon Death Storm 5000 on the way tomorrow, so you should come to Hy-Vee today and spend $1 million so that I can feed my children. So Snowmageddon in the house. It seems like if you, depending on what app you look at or which weather service, is it going to snow? Are we going to have ice? Is it going to be windy? Is it going to be everything? Is it January in Iowa? Should we not be surprised of any type of weather that shows up? The answer, of course, is no, we should not be surprised. We're very fortunate to have had a very mild January, and that's kind of where we're at. So we'll pay attention to the weather. You need anything, you can come find us here at Hy-Vee, and we'll get you all taken care of. So shout out to Scott. Scott, how about this? Ironically enough, on Facebook, Scott's last name, Weatherly. And we're talking about the weather. My kids have all the snow stuff, pants, boots, they've got it all. And they're just like, they're ready. This is the Steve original. Earlier weekend weather, late weekend weather. So it's going to be snowy, and then it's going to rain. That is, again, copyright 2020 Hy-Vee Today, Steve Van Gogh. Steve also has an envelope that I think has an ear in it that I don't want to open. I want to mention that we have, if you got that one, you're welcome. We have a early bird special going on with respects to Valentine's Day coming up. Live shot on the CBI Bank and Trust aisle camera this morning from our floral department. There's Catherine, our floral manager, working on, I don't know. I mean, she makes some cool stuff. Half the time I don't know what it is. Then it gets completed and you're like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So that department is awesome. If you need anything, flowers from a wedding to whatever the case may be. But what they're doing for Valentine's Day, if you order by February 1st, free delivery. Check this out. Free delivery in town. You could have it delivered February 12th, 13th, or Valentine's Day, which is Friday, February 14th. If you order by February 1st, $30 minimum, which is pretty easy in the floral shop. So check that out. That's a great incentive, because here's what I don't want you to have happen. And there were several examples of this last year on Valentine's Day at 5 p.m. and seen. You got any roses? You're sold out? And seen. That was the guy that you don't want to be on Valentine's Day at Hy-Vee Floral Shop at 5 o'clock. I can't believe you're sold out of roses. They're going to be out of stuff. It's a crazy day. Be smarter than that. Go right now. January 16th. Get it done. Set it and forget it. Get it ordered. They'll deliver it for free. Bada bing, bada boom. So that's what I would tell you to do, because you just can't be surprised on Valentine's night at 5 p.m. that we don't have... You don't have an assortment of roses? No. You waited till the last minute. Right? I get it. It happens to the best of us. I'm going to mention two things really quick, and then we're going to get to Amy Hessel. So we have a fuel saver that started today, goes through Saturday. So this is a little different. 3 days starting on a Thursday versus starting on a Friday. So today, tomorrow, and Saturday, it's right there on the screen. With every $50 you spend, we'll put 25 cents on your fuel saver. I'm sitting here with 61 cents on my personal fuel saver after I redeemed basically free gas this last weekend. Also some good deals in there as well. The more you spend, the more you save. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we even do the math for you if you're not good at math. And make sure you keep an eye on the Hy-Vee Facebook page and Instagram. For instance, yesterday for 2 hours, we lowered the price of gas by 15 cents, which is cool. And then what I think is funny is that after we get done with the fuel happy hour, there's a gas station right next door to us. They go out and they lower their price of gas by a penny out of spite. It's fantastic. Welcome to Gas Wars and Spite Wars. So, yeah, we're on to you, boo-boo. The last thing I'll say is, I guess two things really quick. It's Thursday night steak dinner. If you don't want to cook tonight, starting at 4 p.m., come to Hy-Vee. Steak and potato and vegetable or veggie if you'll have it. Tonight we're doing, what are we doing tonight? We're doing Choice Reserve Sirloin. It's right there on the screen, Tony. All you have to do is read it, with potato and vegetable, 4 till 7. And last but not least, Saturday, rock and roll bingo, 7 o'clock here at the store. Rain or shine, snow or sleet, oh, hail or no hail. It's happening with Jammin' with Jesse, 7 p.m. Free to play, half off draft beer, $3 pitchers, $2 wells, $6 cheeseburger and fries, half off appetizers. It's rock and roll bingo. You'll hear a clip of a song. Look at your sheet. If you have that song, you check it off. You get enough in a row. Bippity boppity bingo, right? So that's cool. It's getting busier in here. I don't know what the deal is. It's just like Thursday, right? Is there something going on? Is it my birthday? Is there a surprise? I don't understand. It's like quiet busy, though. Like I just keep seeing things, people coming in my peripheral. All right, so we hope to see you for Rock and Roll Bingo. Let's get to our guest patiently waiting with the Muscatine Community YMCA. Amy Hessel is here, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Amongst things, a wine dinner.
Wine dinner,
oh.
Yes.
So, and the wine dinner, oddly enough, is right where we're sitting right now.
Right here, yes.
We could do this whole show. We can't because we'd take up too many tables. But we could do this whole show during the wine dinner, because you know what people love, Amy, is they love to have cameras on them when they're eating.
When they're eating, yeah.
They can't get enough of it. So the wine event is, correct me if I'm wrong, Saturday, February 8th.
February 8th here at the Hy-Vee Market Grill.
And where are you at? Do you have tickets available still?
We have tickets available.
Okay, good. So for folks that are out there, you get a ticket at the Y. You come here and you have an incredible evening. Chef Scott taking care of the menu and the pairings with the wine. How many different wines is it?
So it's 5 courses,
okay,
and each course has a wine paired with it.
Oh, my.
So you will not be lacking on food or drink for the evening.
I was gonna say.
So
that's really exciting.
And it is phenomenal food.
Mm-hmm.
It, and Chef Scott will be preparing our meal, and so every year the chef has just outdone themselves every year that we've had this. This will be our 5th year.
That's so exciting.
Maybe our 6th.
I was going to say 5th or 6th. Yeah.
So, and we have people who've come to every single one of them.
Jeez.
And they look forward to it, and they're like hounding me, when is it, so that they can make sure that they get it on their calendar and get their tickets. But you'll hear them say too that every year the food is just beyond delicious, and you just walk out of there and you feel full, but you're not like overstuffed, and you really have a good meal, good drinks, and then we also have live music. So during the part of the meal, we'll have like a little, before the entree usually, there's going to be a little small set of music, and then afterwards, just as you kind of have the food settle and the drinks settle, we'll have you know, a 45+ minute set of music.
That's great.
From Paul Freer. So
sweet. So again, this is an event that is a truly fun fundraiser. There's a Facebook event right there. Chad, I think I emailed you the flyer late yesterday, and it's a chef prepared this doesn't happen that often in Muscatine, Amy. A 5-course meal with those wine pairings. Chef Scott, that's here at Hy-Vee, formerly was at DeBeats. I don't know what classically trained is what he is, but he's a professional chef.
Yes, yeah.
He went to chef school, right? He's ran restaurants in Oregon, and he knows his stuff. And the thing about Chef Scott that I love is he'll often say, "Do you want to try this?" Well, the answer is never no. When a professional chef's like last week we had our Hy-Vee company party, and he was made this amazing stuffed pork loin. And he's like, "Do you want to try this?" And I was like, "Just throw it in my mouth." I was just like, "Don't even ask. Just hand it to me." Like, what am I going to say? I'm not going to say no. He's a professional chef. You know, so you know that you're going to have an incredible experience.
And I always walk out, and even my husband and I both walk out, and we have found a new wine that we like, that we wouldn't have just found on the shelf and tried, because that's not how we roll. But when we have an opportunity to have some of the wine paired with the right food, you always walk out of there going, okay. So I'm always down in Wine and Spirits buying another couple of bottles of the wine. But
I was going to say, so when that happens, you feel like you're eating well, but you're also learning a lot about here's a different wine that I can take home. Here's something I can try and make myself. The tickets are limited because of, this is not a huge place. So how many, is it 50?
So we usually have done 40, but Chef Scott has told me to fill this place. So I can fill this place. So you
can sit at the bar. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
So that's a little bit more than 40, because we're usually just in the corner over there.
Gotcha.
So, but tables are always set nice, and the ambiance is always good, and then the music is great, and the company is great, whether you come with just you and your best friend, or you come with your spouse, friends from work, or make it a girls' night, whatever it is, we have tables set up for, like 8, and we have tables set up for 2, so you can kind of pick and choose how you want to spend your evening, and you can meet new people too. I've really seen some, like if you sit down at a table for 8 and it's just the two of you, I've seen some really cool interactions happen too, and that's been kind of fun the last couple of years too, as you people come and they don't know anybody, but they sit down at the table and have a really enjoyable evening. So,
and it's a fundraiser. Obviously, it's a fun fundraiser. So at the core, that's you're here, and
it's a really important cause.
Sure. Yeah. So I guess talk about that for people that are watching. They're thinking $50. But again, 5 courses paired with wine, $50 is still, you haven't adjusted the price as far as I'm concerned, right?
Not in a couple of years.
So check that out. So that's still a great value for you. And then the evening will support.
It's really supporting all of our youth and teen programs.
Perfect.
So if you, we do about 80 hours of middle school programming every month. That's free. For non-members and for members, you don't have to have a membership to come in and do the teen center programming. And so we do about 80 hours. Tonight is Thursday night. We have homework hour for that age group. I have a tutor. And then we also will serve dinner to all the kids that come in for tutoring, or you don't have any homework, or you don't need any help. We have enrichment activities going on. I know they're doing math basketball tonight. So
math basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I would do with that personally. I like basketball, but math has never been my friend.
Well, we are in the teen center, so it is a room, but it's actually a wad of paper is your basketball, and then you have like set up but it's math. I mean, like you have to answer the math question, and then if you get a shot, and then you get points. And
is it like Pythagorean theorem, or like is it that kind of math? Because I don't.
No.
You know, like,
no.
the
kids in the kids club. So that's our licensed after school program for K through 5th graders, and we actually take 4-year-old preschoolers from the Early Learning Center. They love this activity, and they will do it at least once a week. And if they don't fit it in that week, then they're mad.
Wow.
Because they
look forward to it.
Yes. You know, and it's like 8 plus 4, or if you're a 4, if you're 4 or 5, they're asking you 2 plus 4. You know what I mean? Like
6.
They're very good,
I got 2
Tony.
right. Thank you, Amy. You should see me do math after a wine dinner. I'm even better at it.
Maybe we could try that.
That's play math basketball in here. All right, I'm gonna hold up this wine glass. You can throw a wadded up napkin in it.
That might
donate
ruin
$100 towards the cause.
Yes. You know.
Listen, I know you're not opposed to creative ways to bring even more money in during the fundraiser dinner. Maybe that's a terrible idea.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you come because I guess even if people hear this and they're like 5-course chef dinner wine, and that's what brings them, and they don't even understand that like the $100 from their 2 tickets is going to help with all those programs. Like whatever it takes is fine. If you're like a product of the Y, you go there, you come to this dinner, good on you. But if you're out there and you're just looking for a fun night out, I mean, this is all. It serves everybody because at the end of the day, it's helping the Y and kids in our community. So whatever brings you to this event on February 8th is what I'm getting at.
Right.
That's fine, right? We want you to be here.
And you know, so we have about 500 students that come through our middle school program during the school year or during the year. We average about 25 kids a day in the teen center alone. Those are kids who are coming in, they're having snack every day after school. They're doing our enrichment activities and participating in those. And then you got the other 100 kids that are in the gym coming to play basketball or roam around. But then we have about 100, we've been having 104 kids a day in our after school program. You know,
is that up?
Yes.
Seems like a lot. Yes. Amy's like, just a little bit.
And I said that, relax. If you would ask Rachel, who is the site director, she would probably have it a little more stressed and high voice. But
104.
Yeah. So last year we averaged about 65 kids.
Oh, that's
We're
way
averaging
more.
about 95, and we have been reaching over 100. A day.
So we need your support of any event that's connected to the Y, especially a fun one like February 8th wine dinner. One of the other things you sent me that I thought was cool was the winter newsletter.
Yes.
So again, the Y does such a good job of getting things out there, and it's on the screen right there. So let's kind of walk through this. This is for Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, it kind of says it right there, 5th through 9th graders.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we really want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to get involved in something at the Y. So we don't just have one kind of activity. We have everything from art. So Variety Arts, they were making tin can art the other day. So they really had to challenge themselves because not only, and so we have this wonderful young man, and I absolutely love him, and he loves to do YouTubing stuff, and he is a 5th grader and loves to, like, he has his own YouTube channel or whatever, and he makes his own video games, and so he's doing his tin can art, and he designs it as one of his characters that he has put in his comic books and his video games.
Holy moly.
But then you have to find unique ways to make sure that you can hold that can, and you're trying to put a nail through tin to create your, you know, and then they're in the closet in the teen center with the light in there, making sure that it works and stuff, you know. So because you know, people don't believe me when I tell them this is how it's going to go, and then they have to see it to believe it.
No, I totally get it. Like, this is hands-on learning, creating friendships.
Yes.
And it's so good for that age group, right? It's so much better than what they could be doing.
Right, absolutely.
And that's what's so scary to me is like, what would Muscatine look like without the Y? and 80 hours of programming and everything that's in this
What I
newsletter.
love, my favorite day. I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic of the Gathering, Pokemon, any of those. I know nothing. But I walk into the teen center on Monday nights at 5 o'clock, and these kids have brought in all their cards, and they're sitting at the table. And if you come in, Tony, and you want to learn, they're going to give you some cards.
I'd love to.
They're going to let you play with their cards. They're going to put a deck together, and they're going to teach you how to play.
That's great.
And
that
it has
because
been...
the assumption is the kids are just glued to their devices, and you're here to say,
no, they
they're
are.
not.
Oh my! And
They're, if anything, they want that interaction.
people
with their
keep,
friends.
like, oh, if we're missing tables, or if you walk into the wine, there's a table in the hallway. It came from the teen center probably, and I have to go and snatch that back, especially
that's
on
awesome.
Monday nights because we're full.
That's super cool.
That room is full, and these kids. I love Card Club and the fact that you can just watch them
so
interact
exciting
and
to hear.
teach themselves and stuff. And we also have like some 5-minute dungeon games and stuff. So again, even if you're not into the Yu-Gi-Oh, everybody loves these games, and they can sit around the table, and then they're working together, and it takes 5 minutes, and it's still a strategy game. And so Card Club is a fun day. Then we also have our girls group and our guys group. So Fiercely Girl Club, our whole idea is to make the world a kinder place. We want, we want girls to stand up for each other and not bring each other down. We want to make sure that girls understand that that they're not the only one going through a certain situation or feeling. Yes, so there's someone else who feels the same way. Our guy thing, we really focused on things that, even the other day they were doing tinfoil art. And so they were creating sculptures out of tinfoil.
Yeah.
But, it's harder to find things for art that the boys will like to do, but they do Hot Wheel races to, learning about,
That's awesome.
we'll bring in guest speakers to talk about, New Horizons will come in and talk about substance abuse with them. And they do that with the girls too. Another fun day is science battles.
Science battles, yes.
So we have a new science activity. The weather kind of was a stinker yesterday, but so this is one of my favorites.
What a
this
great
is
shot
a great,
right there.
And I have actually a great shot of my middle schoolers doing this too. And
awesome.
their excitement on their face. But we do a lot of hands-on. One of the coolest things that we did was we actually took it into the lobby. And we were, I've got weights and medicine balls and books galore, and we were seeing how much weight we could get 3 raw eggs to hold.
Sweet, right? That's what I'm saying.
And they were
awesome
just
thing
so
for kids.
excited.
Yeah.
And
when else are they going to do that?
And
it's
they
not
just
happen at school.
It's and it might, but
I guess but ultimately, that's.
But
who would
the
have thought you could
hands-on,
do that at the
hands-on thinking and building, and how do we move these? And it was just to see that. They got 45 pounds plus of stuff on 3 raw eggs.
I don't even understand how that works. 45 pounds supported by a couple eggs.
Yes. And so, but the thinking and stuff, and we really add the STEM stuff into our kids club too. So that's everywhere. Video games, we have teen fitness, and then I teach a cycling class for middle schoolers. And I had 10 middle schoolers in my cycling class the other day.
That's awesome. That's not easy,
no,
right?
No,
it's not
and
easy.
I love it.
It's intense.
My favorite part, though, is so I am not a techie at all. I don't even have music on my phone.
Sure.
So, I have the Now CDs.
Now volume 65.
So I mix and match them and I'll play them, but it is the karaoke session that goes on while they're riding their bikes. So
they know the songs even if they're a couple of years old.
Why
they're still making the Now CDs to your
And I tried to change
I
tried to change, and they're like, no, we want the other playlist back. And I'm like, really? You need more single girls or single ladies? But
well, it's because everything sounds, and I don't want to be the old man, but I feel like a lot of modern artists sound the same. And I know people have said that over, but so you're right. What a great
and I tried to
have together that's working out, having fun, singing along. There's so many good things happening in that.
And they get, I had
room.
One girl, and I had 4 new kids on Tuesday, and that was really exciting. And the one girl was having so much fun, she did not want to get off that bike.
I bet.
And I had to get off my bike several times because people's bikes weren't adjusted right or this
Sure.
and that. So I make sure that I get my 10 miles in. In my half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour, I'm like, I got to get these 10 miles in. But she was not getting off her bike. She hit 6 miles
Oh, my
on her
Lanta.
first time. And so that was pretty exciting. And she was like, I'm not getting off till I hit 6 miles.
She
And I
had to
said,
be
great,
feeling
because
good.
I'm not getting off till I hit 10. You know, like, it's great. And
Going
so
mile
she's
for
hanging
mile.
out in there,
Yeah.
and they really enjoy it. But it's what I love about, like,
Mm-hmm.
indoor cycling is that it's all okay. Like, I can give you
Yeah.
a guideline, and if you can't hit it,
Sure.
work to get there next week,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's not about how many miles you went, it's about how many miles I went today and how many I'm going to do next week.
Yeah.
So did I up my, you know, gear?
goal
Did I,
setting is a
you
good
know,
thing
so
to
like,
instill.
so we talk about, you know what, look at what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
today and let's try to meet that or go above it next week.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, so we, you know, the goal setting, we're building relationships.
So great.
Well, you know, we're helping kids manage their emotions.
No, there's so much that's going on. And then something that kicks off tonight,
Yes.
David Casas with a magic, again, who would
Yes,
have thought?
we do have a few spots left.
Who would have thought a magic class at the Y, though? Like,
Yes.
it's great. It's such
Yes.
an awesome offering. David Casas from Muscatine.
Yes, the hometown. He wants to give back. Now he does this class in Bettendorf and Davenport areas.
You get like the
And-
library or something
Yeah,
like that.
so Parks and Rec program up there, and so he's come back. This is his second time with us over the last
really
few years.
exciting.
So I do know the last time he offered the class, they just loved it, and the kids were showing us their tricks throughout the, you know, like that they learned tonight.
I
They'll be
think
showing
this
us,
is
you know, so.
fascinating to have him understand the
Some
importance
pretty
of giving
excited
back.
kids about it. You know, parents are
bet.
coming in, and like the kids are like, they asked me like 10 times to get them signed up, so I have to be in here getting this done. You
Don't
know,
want to
so
miss out. And then it all kind of, what I love, everything that we've talked about all ties into these core principles.
Yes.
When you talk about character and character building, and it is what you just touched on: emotion management, empathy, personal development, relationship building, and responsibility. All of those examples. And if you're thinking to yourself, balancing weights on an egg, no, it's all
Yes.
relative.
Yes,
I mean, it
you
is all
know-
relative, right?
Yeah, and I kind of look around and I see the kids running around the Y, whether they're kids that come
Sure.
into the program in the teen center or they just go to the gym. They're making a connection with somebody, and that's the only way they're going to develop any of these skills. And make, you know, grow into great active adults who can contribute to, you know, to their community. And we have to give them that personal development, so that goal setting on the bikes, the responsibility. If you have something out, if you're making, you know, you're doing your art project, you got to clean
Yeah,
up.
cleaning up. Oh, yeah.
You know, so you got to be part of the setup. You know, when we do Nerf Force, that is a huge setup and
Oh,
a
I
huge
can't
tear
imagine.
down. I mean, I looked into the big gym
Yeah.
last week and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think you could have, in the court, you could have stepped without stepping on a Nerf dart. And they just have so much fun with Nerf Force.
Yeah, have the fun,
but they
and
have to
then-
help clean up. They
Yeah.
have to help, they set up and rearrange and,
Sure.
you know, taking that ownership in it. But everything starts with those relationships. So whether it's the other thing that I really, really focus hard on when I hire
Sure.
is that I hire people that are all different.
Sure.
So between myself and Amy and Brandon and Chris, a kid can come in and they can find someone that they can connect with easily.
That's
You know,
fantastic.
and then we have Mary and Keegan in there, you know, and
Sure.
Betsy. And all of these people have a connection. We're all a little different and stuff. So, you know, when you're talking about all that teen center stuff, you know, a kid can come in. Not only we want them to find something that they like to do, and then we're going to hook them in.
Sure.
We're also going to find a staff who can mentor them and work with them.
Absolutely.
And
And look at
sometimes-
that picture from last year, Nerf Wars. Like, that's going on at the Y. That's super cool.
Yes, and
Right?
I mean they absolutely love it. And our kids club kids and walk by
Yeah.
and then they're jealous.
Oh my gosh. We had a
But-
couple of those Nerf guns show up at my house around Christmas. And the boys and I had a battle, and they can't understand how good I am at shooting a Nerf gun because I'm way better than they are. And then the one just like, I don't know. It's awesome. And everything, again, at the Y, there's so much going on. And if you go there and you get on an elliptical and you go home, that's fine. But you can understand and appreciate, because literally when you walk in the main entrance, there's the teen center, and you
Yes.
can see what's going on. All the time there's activity in there.
Yes,
I mean,
and
it's
you
great to
know,
be able to
and-
see that, though, because I think that helps people understand, like, this is more than just a gym.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And we
Way
very
more than that.
strategically put the teen center where we did so
Yeah.
that you don't have to have a membership to go in there. You know, it's not, it's in
Love
the
it.
area where you can just go
Yeah.
and enjoy and hang out, whether, you know, whether there's activities going on or whether you just
Sure.
are chilling. They're
Playing the
building
arcade, you have an arcade game, like that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Miss Pac-Man is it?
I think it's Miss Pac-Man, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they were making DNA chains there.
That's
So
super cool.
and then they got to eat them.
And then they had to, they were edible DNA chains. Okay, I was like, what kind of class was that? And then they brought back dinosaurs, and now it's Jurassic Park, and we're all going to get taken care of. Okay, I see what you did there. All right. That's,
Yes.
It looks like a
What?
Twizzler and some marshmallows, perhaps.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But you know, they
pretty good looking
worked
DNA
really
strain.
hard on them. Like,
Yeah, no,
it's just, it's
totally get it.
amazing. Like, I love, you know, they're building rafts to see how many pennies they
awesome.
can keep afloat on the rafts without it sinking. Or
It's
like,
so many good things, and again, it's not possible without support from fun fundraisers like the wine dinner. Coming
Yes.
back to that again, Saturday, February 8th. Will you get a ticket or two? Again, where else are you going to go in Muscatine, Iowa, and have a 5-course meal prepped by a chef, a trained chef, with wine pairings that supports the Y? It doesn't happen. So that's why this continues to be a success. You got to get a hold of Amy or stop by the Y
Stop
to
by the
get
Y.
those tickets.
and you can get them online.
You can get them online.
Yes.
Also, get them online before it's too late. Again, we have, I think we can fit 95 people in this room legally. I've
And
stretched
I
that
think,
a little bit.
you know, if we filled this house at 90,
That'd be pretty
Chef
amazing.
Scott would be like flying high. He would love
Oh,
it.
he'd feel
That
good.
would just
Yeah.
be.
What do you think he's going to pair the corn dogs with? Like a Boone's Farm, maybe? Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe.
I'm kidding. There's not corn dogs on the menu, but there could be. This
That's
is a
a
corn
different kind of
dog,
event.
and this is a Boone's Farm. Listen, I want to bring corn dogs into this. David Casas watching on Facebook. And says magic with a couple exclamation points. So again, David Casas doing magic tonight at the Y. All right,
Right.
February 8th, get the tickets. It's right there on the screen. Thank you, Chad. This looks good. Doors open at 6, dinner at 6:30. Fun fundraiser, 5-course meal prepped by Chef Scott. Get those tickets at the Y or online. Don't want you to miss out. What a unique event for Muscatine. It supports the Y at the same time. It'll be a lot of fun. And to follow along with everything that's going on to the Y, you can visit, muscatiney.org.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on social media. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
I
having me.
appreciate it. Everything that you do is awesome. There's so much to it. 104 kids is a lot for that
Yes.
unbelievable program. But again, where would our kids go after school?
Yeah.
Where would our teens go without 80 hours of free programming? What would they do? We don't want to think about it, right?
Nope, you
I
do
mean,
not. You really do not.
It would be a bad thought, and we don't have to worry about that because.
And I did
Muscatine's-
not share that video, but a YMCA in Canada did.
Okay.
What would we do without the Y in our community?
Oh.
And they have the two scenarios, and the one was a kid was abducted, and
Oh my gosh.
you know, what I mean, like, and it was just like
Yeah.
I'm watching this 2-minute video, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you
intense.
so have to like,
Yeah.
but there was no food. You know, the kids they were hungry. The kids are going crazy in the neighborhood because there's no one watching them.
Sure.
They weren't developing the character stuff. And then you see how the family is happy and they're healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and the neighborhood is happy and healthy because of what the Y can do for them.
Because
So
I mean, school only goes till 3, right? So then what happens
Yes.
for the working family that needs,
3 to
yeah.
6 is the worst time. Is one of the worst times a day
Yeah.
for kids to make decisions.
So if they can be at the Y, surrounded by their peers and mentors
Mentors.
and people that are it's great. All right, so get those tickets for the wine dinner. I don't want you to miss that. That's going to be great. So does Steve have the cart cam? All right, so we're going to go to the Toyota Muscatine cart cam, and then I think we're going to, there he is. Ben Nitzel's going to pop on and give us an update about Saints Marian Matthias Catholic School. I like that guy. That guy right there just gave a little nod to the camera. Did you see that? He knew what's up. So here goes Steve with the Toyota Muscatine cart cam. Snowmageddon. 75 on the way tomorrow. Snow, ice. Come to Hy-Vee, buy everything today. Bread, 7 dozen eggs, 3 gallons of milk, partridge in a pear tree, just in case you can't get out the next couple of days. I'm hyping it up just a little bit. And Steve is going to go with that Toyota Muscatine car cam. Right across from the CBI Superbank is some stuff to make sure that you're ready, from windshield wiper fluid to salt. And, the salt spreader, the handheld salt spreader, I like those a lot. Hand warmers, coffee, that's a good toss. Coffee mugs, It's all right there. So Steve's going to hang a right. He's going to show you everything, and just know that you can come in and find it. So again, shovels, brushes. You can see people buying the salt. That table was full this morning, so that's going real quick. And I want you to come in and just don't be caught off guard. I need a bag of salt for the house. My driveway was icy, but then by the time I got home yesterday, it wasn't treacherous. It was okay. So we'll get through it. And yesterday, also one of those days I wish I would have stuck with education. These educators, they got it made easy. They get all these days off. Get a little ice on the roads, and we're pulling the pin on school for the day. So let's talk to an educator that's in the house, Principal Ben Nitzel with St. Mary Matthias Catholic School. It wasn't your call yesterday, but it was probably Dr. Reby, because you follow people. I don't understand how people don't still know that St. Mary Matthias Catholic School follows the school Muscatine Community School District's calendar. Mm-hmm. So if Dr. Jerry Reby says school's canceled,
then we're
school's canceled.
Yeah. It's not even just the calendar too. It's also that we use busing. So we have kids that get bused. So if they cancel and it's funny to joke about, but honestly, it's a terrible decision. And I don't envy. I always joke that I don't make enough money to make that call. So I remember there was 7 years ago, I think it was now, we had a day where under the old superintendent where he called school at 6. We walked outside. We were at basketball practice for middle school, so we had to send all the kids home. We go outside. There's nothing. Guy looks like an idiot. Yeah. By 8:30, it looked like a blizzard, so he looked like a genius. And then by 10:30, the sun had come out and everything had melted. He looked like an idiot again. So you can't be right. Someone's always going to be bummed. And I know the roads were real treacherous in the country yesterday, and so I think and the parking lots were really bad too. Our parking lot till about 11 was just horrendous. I told staff don't even come in till then if you come in at all.
That's what I was going to say. I'm joking, of course. Educators have perhaps the toughest job. And you can't predict the weather, and it is that busing thing. My contention would be, if I could get my kid safely to school, could that be an option where he can go? And then if you're out in if you chose to live across 61 and your roads aren't in good, you keep the kid home. That probably doesn't make any sense, but
no, it makes sense. There's a lot of logistics. Then kids aren't getting, it's just.
Well, then L&M made the decision to, I'm going to sneeze in a second. Somebody must be thinking about me. L&M made the decision to have, L&M canceled yesterday, and then they said, we're going to have school this coming Monday, which they were going to have off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I thought, well, that's kind of smart, so then they don't have to make it up. Right. Because I don't know if people understand. I mean, you are at your school a lot longer as principal, but the school year last year was extended by almost 5 days with all the weather. So that's the thing, yes, we want people to be safe, but ultimately it's going to tack on to the end of the year, right?
Right. This is already a little bit longer year anyway with the calendar that was chosen. So who knows? It's hard to say.
Hard times out there for principals in Muscatine.
Oh, no, it's not too
you're here because Guardian Angel Preschool must have openings.
Yeah,
which is
we have openings. Yeah, so we start our sign up here at the first week of January, and so. We've got 3-year-old spots that are open. We've got 4-year-old spots that are open, and then our what we call pre-kindergarten, which always gets a little confusing for people because some people just call preschool pre-kindergarten. But so our 3-year-old program we have Tuesday and Thursday mornings. Okay. Excuse me, from 8:10 to 11:10. Okay. And then also those afternoons from 11:50 to 2:50. Okay. And then we do the same thing on Wednesday, Friday. So that's a 2-day program, either Tuesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Friday, either mornings or afternoons. The 4s, we have a morning program and an afternoon program, and that's 4 days a week, so Tuesday through Friday. That's free. That's the statewide voluntary preschool, which is free for all students.
So if you have a 4-year-old, there's no cost regardless of where they go.
Correct. There's a registration
public or private.
fee. That's right. So you can come to us. You can go to the district. You can go to Wonder Years or Child's Place or wherever. Anywhere in town participates.
Is Wonder Years a place in town, or is that your favorite
absolutely.
TV show?
No,
from back
both.
in the day?
It's both.
Okay, just making sure. I'm is that a new place I don't know about?
No, it is there. So so you've got private or public preschool options in that's free, and then we do. Pre-kindergarten, which is for it's kind of, we call it a year to grow. So if we have kids that it's weird because basically the way they break down education is September 15th is the magic day.
Right.
If you're born on or before September 15th, you're apparently ready to go to kindergarten. Yep. And if you're born September 16th, you're not ready. So we do a year to grow because you get some kids sometimes that, whether it's academic, whether it's social, behavioral, whether they just are kind of young, that need an extra reason to another year, and it's really beneficial for them. And so we have that program, and that's 4 days a week all day long. And so kids come in, but it's a really nice program for kids to kind of learn and grow and say, hey, my child is not quite ready for kindergarten, and when they do go to kindergarten, I want them to have a really great experience. And so that program is a great way to just take 1 extra year to grow and be ready. So when they do get to kindergarten, it's all good.
Well, because the last thing you want to have happen is feel like that year of kindergarten starts and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, made a big mistake. You can't really go back and change that.
Right.
So if you can be ahead of it or preventative, if you will,
right,
that makes sense. So as far as your 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and then the pre-kindergarten, I'm assuming that it's a limited amount. So as you're sitting here saying there's openings, if people are interested or know someone, they shouldn't delay in contacting St. Mary Matthias, because you don't have probably 100. I mean, what's the capacity for these classes?
No,
like
so
15 to 20
for threes, so for our 3-year-old program, it's 16 per class, but we have 4 classes.
Right.
So, it's 64 spots.
Sure.
Don't put me on the spot. But for our 4s, we have 2 classes of 4s that go on in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So that ends up being 80 spots. And then our pre-K is limited to 20.
Gotcha.
So, there are limited spots, and some are filling up. And I know, like, our 4s in the morning is either close to capacity or at capacity. But you can get on a waiting list if you prefer the morning, or, of course, we have afternoon spots. So I think especially people that want to send their kid at a certain time need to give us a call and get on the list and be ready.
And I think you would agree, as a parent and an educator, that people think, well, 3-year-old seems too young. It's not. I mean, you're really setting that foundation. And it is, I mean, it's 2 days a week for 3 hours, but that really starts to give them structure. So then when it becomes, because I know for sure that had my kids not done a 3-year-old, they would have had struggled with the 4.
Right.
And then that next step with a pre-K or kindergarten can be even a bigger gap. So start them with the 3, go into the 4. It just, I mean, I'm not in education, but I know that it makes sense, right?
Right,
I mean,
and I always caution people too. I mean, listen, it is kid dependent. I mean, like I have a daughter who, was born in August, and so she's going to be going to 3s this year, probably. Like we'll see how she's doing in July. Sure. When you're 2 years old, like 6 months is a long time in your life. Right. So we'll see how she's doing. So she will probably go to 3s, but if she wasn't quite ready, then we might decide just to wait till 4s. But for a lot of kids, they're ready for some structure. To your point, it's 2 days a week. Sometimes it's also good for mom and dad to have a chance to maybe get the kid out, but and like get a little bit of that, like, all right, I'll see you in 3 hours, and then come back and get them. And so
go home and sleep for a little bit,
right? And also just kind of start that process of next year they'll be in preschool. So it's good for everybody if it's applicable to your kid. And for not every kid is it the best, but I think for a lot of kids it's great. Chance for socialization. They learn how to sit and line up and play and share and interact with kids that they don't know. I mean, all kids are interacting with their friends or siblings, whatever, but to be in a class with different kids. So we really think it's a nice program, and our teacher does a great job. Ms. Hogan's fantastic, and so we recommend it if people feel like their kids are ready.
I feel like there's been a lot of, I don't want to say commotion because it's not the right word, but certainly for people that, whether they have kids currently enrolled or if you just drive by St. Mary Matthias, a lot of construction. There's always, I've seen there's good signs, right? Like, was it a roof or what's been going on? You seem like the place just keeps growing. Obviously, in the last 10 years, you've added, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, or just 6th, 7th, and 8th?
Yeah, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Which is incredible. But yeah, any recent projects that have been completed or stuff that's coming up throughout the course of this year, or things you want to get ready for the start of the next year? I mean, we're sitting here in January, so it's not wrong to talk about what's coming up, but I do feel like there's been work being done, right?
We've been trying to do a lot of improvements, and so obviously one of the things that schools have had to deal with nowadays is safety, which but putting in new doors, putting in new security systems. So we've done all that stuff, which has been very beneficial. It's made our school a lot safer, and it is just the reality of 2020 and where we're at.
Makes sense.
But we've also been doing some fun projects. So we've repainted our entire preschool wing and relit it. We had a very generous donor provide lighting for the inside. So Musco came in, we got LED lights inside, and then repainted. Once we lit everything up, we saw all the mistakes and flaws. We had to paint, right, exactly. So, and then we just lit up the whole upstairs, the second level, and started painting the ceilings. And so, painting the rest of the walls and stuff will happen this summer.
Yeah. So I get, and it can be, painting maybe not a big deal, but to your point, you get an LED light from Musco in there, and all of a sudden it makes a world of difference, right? I mean, it just feels so much better. The amount of growth that's happened is just astounding. I mean, I don't know if there's other schools comparable to St. Mary Matthias and other communities that have had this boom with being able to add on and add those grades and bring in those educators. It's really exciting, and I know we're a couple months removed, but this auction of yours that you have at the school. I mean, I remember 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, it was X amount of dollars, and that was really exciting. And now it just seems like this auction is, I mean, the people that are organizing it, God bless them, because the bar just keeps getting raised. What a great event. I mean, who would have thought that would continue to be such an incredible thing to be able to have one night, not just one night, you do other things, but essentially in one night you can generate so much interest, fun, donation, support that you're able to add a 7th or 8th grade. Yeah. Right? So this last auction was crazy, right? It was just packed, and it seemed like just an unbelievable evening. So, did you think you'd have that? Because sometimes fundraisers, you got to rethink it a little bit, but people love that.
They do. You know, we try to constantly reevaluate and make sure that it's doing what we want to do, and that we're doing new stuff, but not changing everything. And so, you know, I think with fundraisers, they tend to have a certain life cycle. We're still well within the life cycle of the auction. And, you know, one of the big focuses for us is always, and you've been a part of this too, is trying to provide a really great experience.
Sure.
So people come in, they have fun. Yes, we're making money. Yes, we're getting good donations, but they're also having a really nice evening.
Yep.
And I think we've been able to do that. And so I think that's also helped grow it a little bit, because people are starting to say, hey, this is, you know, it's not a super long night, but it's a really fun night. I don't have to spend any money if I don't want to, and I can come out and have a great time. And so we've tried to provide that. We've had great volunteers and great chairs that have done that. And, you know, so I think those things have all combined to make it a really nice fundraiser for us the last few years.
So was last year the first graduating 8th grade class, or was it the year before?
It was. No, last year was. So they're freshmen this year.
That's really exciting for all that work that's gone on at St. Mary and Matthias, and obviously the support from the parish and the church, you know, work hand in hand. But what a great thing to be able to have graduated that class, and now you're heading into your second, right? That. And how big is your 8th grade class? Do you know the number offhand?
Yeah, this year it's not big. I think we're only at 10. So
that's cool though.
Yeah, it's not nothing. So
I mean, I'm the product of that preschool to 8th grade private school, 2 different private schools, St. Vincent, Ferrer, River Forest, Illinois. What up? And then Ascension in Oak Park, and I think my graduating 8th grade class from Ascension was like 38.
Yeah.
You know, and then I went to a giant public high school, which was overwhelming, but then I went to St. Ambrose, private small schools, and it fit me better. But great experience, small class, you have a lot going for you, and I bet that group is close, right? I mean, 10 students.
Yeah, for sure.
But you have to see a nice growth with having that, you know, be able to have somebody in your building. We just talked about from Guardian Angel preschool to that 8th grade diploma. That's kind of nice to have it all under your roof, right?
Yeah, and some of these kids I think that we have this year were kindergartners when I first came.
Cool.
And so, you know, and I'm very thankful to the parents that have trusted us and said, hey, you know, this is something that we are willing to give you a shot. And, you know, our whole goal at the middle school especially was just we wanted to offer faith-based middle school. And, you know, I think that middle school, to me, and maybe I'm a little biased as a high school teacher, I just think that those years are the toughest. That 12, 13, 14, kids are changing over to adults at some point, but we don't know when, but they're still kind of kids. And so, you know, being able to pray with the kids, being able to have religion class, being able to talk about our faith and kind of use that as a framework, I think is beneficial to us. And that's why we wanted to do it, just to have that option. And I think, you know, it's nice for Muscatine to have a faith-based option in middle school if you want it. If you don't, we've got other great options too where kids can go. And so, you know, our kids are able to participate and really enjoy going over to West to play basketball and to swim and football and all those kind of things. So it's nice to have that option as well for people. And so I think it just is a nice complement to the things the district is doing. So
well, and in the same vein, like if it doesn't really, whatever church you're going to, if faith-based learning is important, there's not a box that says you're Catholic. I mean, it's just right that doesn't exist. But I think sometimes that can be a stigma. If somebody is at a different church, it is yes, you're welcome, right? You're welcome to come, and if that's important to you, you know that. I mean, there's a lot of different advantages, certainly, but if that's something that is important to somebody, you know, they need to have that conversation.
So we're going to do some Catholic stuff, but, you know, 80% of it's all the same, and a lot of times it's more than that. And we have about 25% of our kids that are not Catholic. And what I always tell non-Catholic parents that call too is, you know, I'm happy to put them in touch with one of our non-Catholic families that's been at the school for 6, 7, 8 years. Because obviously I'm the principal, so you know, you'd be like, well, he's maybe a little biased, but you know, to talk to somebody who is not Catholic that's had their kid there for 6, 7, 8 years and say, how was your experience? You know, what did you feel like? Because our goal is certainly to promote the Catholic faith with our Catholic kids, but we're not there trying to convert people over that are not Catholic. And so, yeah, if you're not Catholic but you're interested in faith-based education, give us a call. Like I said, I'll put you in touch with some people you can talk to, and if you think it'd be a good fit for your kids, great. And if not, that's okay too.
All right, so Guardian Angel preschool from the 3-year-olds to the 4-year-olds to the pre-kindergarten, an option that's available. We've been showing you the website, Saints Mary Matthias. MuscatineSaints.org is the website, right?
Yep.
Phone number, address, it's all right there. Social media, you're on there as well. Movie, real quick, you principal, love going to movies.
Yes.
Write movie reviews. Do you feel... Academy Award nominations just came out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw a lot of Academy Award nominated movies or if you feel like you had a favorite from 2019, and then in the same breath, do you have a movie that's coming out in 2020 that you're really excited about? Because you do like going, you probably have, we went to Star Wars opening night, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a favorite from 2019, and then what's on your radar for 2020?
Sure, great question. So 2019, obviously, I like Star Wars. I thought that The Avengers was a fantastic way to wrap it up. I mean, was it perfect? No, but man, to take a movie franchise that has that many movies and that many minutes and wrap it up that way, is, when you look at how many TV shows can't handle it after a couple seasons, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you the best movie I saw in 2019 is the movie 1917, which I know got 10 Oscar nominations. I just saw it.
That war
directed by
movie.
Sam Mendes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's World War I, which as a history guy I had a lot of interest in. But I mean, it's unbelievable. It's not super long, so I don't mind a long movie. But a lot of times war movie, you go in and it's going to be 2.5 hour, 2 hour and 45 minute. But this is less than 2 hours, and it's great.
Wow.
It's fantastic. It's worth seeing in the theaters. Cannot recommend it enough. So I know it got nominated. I don't pay a lot of attention to those nominations, but I saw that, and I think it's well worth checking out if you have a chance.
You called it a masterpiece.
I did. It was really good.
That says a lot. I feel
really
like
good.
Dunkirk, that came out a couple years ago, another great war film that based on true events, not that long. So there's something to be said about being able to, because somebody that I work with here said they just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Leo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, and they said it was good. It was just 2 hours and 49 minutes, and I shuddered. I don't know if I want to give 2 hours and 49 minutes of my time to anything. I took like 3 or 4 viewings to finish The Irishman on Netflix.
Yes, it was a lot.
And that was a lot. So that's nice to hear that. And I haven't seen 1917, but I totally can appreciate. In World War I, not a lot of movies, right? If you look at it doesn't really usually get a lot of attention. There's certainly stories that exist from that time. But yeah, there it is right there. You called it a masterpiece.
It's filmed as a single continuous shot. And
that's cool.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
That's cool.
It's really good.
I would say
Not
that
recommended enough.
Joker was my favorite. I didn't see a lot of movies, admittedly, in 2019.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot, but I saw Joker in the theater. I enjoyed that experience. You have
We disagreed on Joker,
feelings on this because you are more. You would prefer like a Marvel. Not that Endgame didn't have any dark themes. Iron Man died. Spoiler alert. It's fine at this point. But maybe the character study was too much. Was it grounded in too much realism? Did you hate to see De Niro get shot at the end of Joker? Also, spoiler alert.
I did not mind that.
Yeah.
No, listen, this was not a DC versus Marvel thing. I love Batman, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought that Christopher Nolan's movies were unbelievable. I thought that the Joker felt like it was something that it wasn't.
Okay.
I thought that it sort of pretended to have all this gravitas that for me it did not have, that it felt a little flat. I also tend to be a guy who likes to go and have a little bit cheerier movie, so maybe that was my problem too. But I didn't. Yeah, I was excited. I was interested to like it, but we just disagreed. But that's okay. That's the beauty, and that's why when I write my reviews, I don't usually do like a star rating. I just talk about what I think the pros and cons are, because to me, read it, and if that's something you like or don't like, then this may help you decide if it's a movie you want to see, and if not, then you're like, I totally disagree with this guy saying, well, maybe you should go see it then if I didn't like it.
The good news is we're in a time where there's so much good content connected to movies. I mean, we just had 2 Netflix films nominated for an Academy Award with Marriage Story with Scarlett Johansson and Kylo Ren, whatever his name is, the guy,
Yes.
Adam
Driver.
Very good actor. I shouldn't minimize him by calling him Kylo Ren. And then The Irishman. So there's these people that are making great films. Noah Baumbach with Marriage Story makes great films. Martin Scorsese is Martin Scorsese. It's hard to not like anything he's done. And then at the same time, going to the theater. I mean, I live near the Palms, and it's packed. So people are still going to see the movies, and
Absolutely.
I think that's great. I love that experience of seeing a movie, a big movie or a small movie, in a room full of people. And I think for 2020, there's a lot of big releases on the way. There's some sequels and some prequels, but there's still that original story that's out there. Or shining a light on something like 1917, a World War I movie that, I want to see it because I love Dunkirk, and I'm not saying it's the same thing, but certainly in that same style, which I can appreciate. So, I watched the Academy Awards. I don't know if I have time for a 3-hour award show.
Right.
They drag it out to give out 6 awards, but it is interesting to see what people are working on, and boy, there's a whole other realm of this Marvel stuff coming. So
no shortage see where they go.
No shortage of content, and as we're sitting here, they're filming another Batman movie.
Yeah,
with Robert Pattinson.
I'm interested to see that.
England and Ireland, like that's that's.
And
happening.
You got Ghostbusters.
That looks good.
Yeah, and I'm on record as saying I didn't want any more Ghostbusters
you love
after number
Ghostbusters,
one. The first one is my favorite comedy of all time.
Yep.
But even Ghostbusters 2, I don't. Even though it's all the original cast, don't particularly like it.
It's not. It's too weird. But I think this Ghostbusters Afterlife has potential.
It has potential.
Jason Reitman. I mean,
I'm
if anybody's going to do it
optimistic.
right, you know what I mean? Because the Paul
Agreed.
Feig one was okay. The female Ghostbusters, I thought it was okay. But this is, Jason Reitman's done some great movies. Thank you for smoking.
It'll be interesting. If you were going to do it, this maybe seems like the way. But again, number one is so perfect. It just felt like you closed the loop and let's move on. But
that's why you don't have another Back to the Future, right? The third one was, they shouldn't even have done the third one, and then just seal it and don't touch it. Do that to Ghostbusters, but here we go, right? This is the new one. All right. To recap, so Ben Nitzel, principal, Saints Mary Matthias Catholic School here in Muscatine. If you have somebody in your life, if it's your family, if someone you know that has that 3-4-year-old looking for options, Guardian Angel Preschool is a good one. 4-year-old preschool is free everywhere across the state.
Yep.
So don't feel like, this isn't for you. Reach out, have a conversation, tour the facilities, and you got to get them started on the path of education because you want them to be set up for success so that when they hit that 12 to 14-year range, they're able to handle it a little bit more. It is weird all of a sudden. There's so much change that happens, and then, you go through high school, and then you blink, and it's,
Oh, well, you're seeing that with our kids. I mean, you think about our kids, our oldest, it's like 5 years from now, which is not that long of a time.
No.
Where,
so Henry will be 8 in March.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you'll have like a 13-year-old.
Yeah, and the good news is for you, you'll have a job because you got all these little Nitzels coming through.
I'll still somewhere have a 4-year-old.
Guardian Angel Preschool is just fine. You have 6? I can't even remember.
Me?
Yeah.
6 girls.
6 girls.
It's like Pacific Rim, reset the clock. Just
That's a great reference.
keep buying diapers.
6
girls, yeah.
So there are 7 women in your house.
Yeah.
7.
Absolutely.
You are. That's 6 prom dresses, maybe 6 weddings.
Maybe somebody will wear somebody else's. Probably not.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe 6 weddings. We're gonna have everybody do a tour at the nunnery though, just to see if we could think about all the money we could save. We could get a nun out of there, maybe. The good news is I get a lot of advice at home. So I'm never everybody.
There was
plenty of advice for me.
Ben came into the store with the girls. You were by yourself for like 5-10 minutes. And your wife came after work, and you all rang the bell for the Salvation Army, which is very nice. But there was this moment where you just came in, and they just scattered, and they're just everywhere. And I was like, I have 3, and it feels 6.
Once in a while, it is like cockroaches with a light on.
They're just like they're just gone.
Yeah.
6 of them. 6 under 8.
My oldest just turned 9.
Just turned 9. Yeah. Holy pickles! All right. So if anybody out there has a diaper factory and you want to drop off a truckload of diapers or just, babysit. Oh, my gosh. Well, a 9-year-old almost babysit at this point, right?
We're working on it.
Right. Everybody be quiet. Oh, 6 girls. 7 women in your house.
It's exciting.
It's astounding. All right. Thank you for your time.
Hey,
it's
my
good
pleasure.
to see you.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad that we made this happen because it is important to talk about all the good things that are happening in your building and the growth that's gone on in the last...
If I could say one
last
thing.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
We're having an open house on January 26th.
Okay.
The last week in January is always Catholic Schools Week, so we do a lot of stuff. So January 26th, we have an open house. It's for everywhere, for preschool, for the elementary, the middle school. So it's from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. It's a Sunday. We'll have popcorn bar, so you can come out and have some popcorn and walk around, see some of the improvements we made, ask any questions you might have. Just if you want, this is a great opportunity if you just want to see the facilities, but not like make a special appointment to do so. So yeah, 26th, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. Come out and see what we got going. We'd love to have anybody that wants to stop by and check out the school.
Final score of the NFC Championship game? Your Green Bay Packers.
Oh, boy.
San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I'm going to be uncharacteristically optimistic and say we get it 28-24 Packers.
28-24, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that goes your way. I feel like, I don't know.
We got a really good chance of losing. That is correct.
Tom Brady's out of the playoffs. That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's your team, but I'm just excited to not have to watch Tom Brady in a Super Bowl.
Right.
And he's probably a nice guy. I don't know, but I don't want Bill Belichick look grumpy. I'd rather see your coach, whoever that is, the new guy.
Yeah.
Jeff, whatever his name is.
LaFleur.
LaFleur, sure.
Yeah,
he sounds
right
like a
from
hockey
to here. That's right. So I thought our forecheck could be greatly improved this year.
LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur, yeah.
So, yeah, you Packers fans, there's too many of you around, quite frankly.
Listen, I grew up in the 80s in Muscatine, which was bear country, so anything that happens now, I deserve. You don't know what it's like to be 9 years old watching the Bears. William the Refrigerator Perry scoring touchdowns and Packers getting slaughtered. There's no sympathy over on this side of the table, I can tell you.
That's fine. Listen, it's a tough road to hoe for my Bears. It's okay. We were never going to win again, I'm convinced. All right, let's go CBI Bank and Trust, Isle Cam, and I got a couple things I'm going to mention, then we're going to get out of here for today, the 16th of January. Now, Amber working in the floral shop. All right, so again, the early bird special for Valentine's Day, y'all. Listen to this. Whether you've got 7 women in your house or just 1 or 2 like I do with Lucy and my wife. Early bird special, if you order by February 1st and you spend a minimum of $30, you can have free delivery on February 12th, 13th, or 14th. Friday, February 14th. This is public service announcement. Valentine's Day still is on February 14th. Do not show up to your Hy-Vee floral shop at 5 p.m. and asking, you got any roses? No. Get it. I would do it now. Order it now. Get it over with. And then it'll just, what'll happen is they'll deliver it to your significant other, and they'll go, oh, that was really nice. And you'll go, huh? And then you'll have to remind yourself that you spent, $40 on something for Valentine's Day. I'm being handed this from the art room, and this is Tony's snow removal service, because I have said how incredible my snowblower is that I don't know how to work. It is a Hemi 800 horsepower. Wowzers. Look at how much I'm perspiring in this. That's me, right? You can tell it's me because of the nice derriere Steve included in the drawing. And Tony's snow. Now, of course, my father had a snowplow business for years. And for a lot of those years, as early as, I would say, 11 or 12, my job was to jump out of the truck, climb into the back of the truck, pick up the 50 or 100-pound bag of salt, and then take a knife, cut open the bag of salt, and load it into the hopper. Yes, that is why I hate winter, and that is why I am strong like bull. Like, what was your workout regime when you were 11? I was lifting 100-pound bags of salt with my dad from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. But you know what? When it would snow, that was money. And I get it now. Like, I get it as someone that has a full-time job and a side hustle, if you'll have it, with my DJ stuff. Like, I get it. Like, my dad would take us on a vacation for 2 weeks in the summer, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's because he was plowing snow for 14-hour days during the winter. My dad had a boat. He wasn't rich. He was a cop, but he had this snowplow business, so he could afford a boat. Not a fancy boat, just a boat. Lake Michigan. Diversity Harbor, if you get any of that. Those are all Chicago references. I appreciate that, and that's for sure. My wife always reminds me I have this work ethic or greed. It's either work ethic or greed. I do like money. Makes things a lot better, but that definitely comes from my old man. Yeah, I tell you what I will not do for money, though, is this. I will DJ a wedding before I ever get into the snow removal business. That's not for me. I will not do it for free, Steve. How dare you? Please, put words in my mouth. People are going to call. All right, rapid fire. We got to get out of here. 3-day fuel saver going on today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Spend $50, get 25 cents, and so on. Man, this has been a long show. You can see also some great deals going on in the store, from bread to Hy-Vee Chinese and pizza and shrimp and more. But the fuel saver is the pièce whatever. It's the best part of it. Pièce résistance. It is the best deal with the fuel saver. And then you don't pay full price at the gas pump. You cannot do that at the Aldi or the Fairway. The Fairway, new name for Fairway, wrong way, I'm just being told. Just in. Thursday night steak night. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're not going to have a show. Thursday night steak night, 4 till 7 steak. It's what's for dinner every Thursday at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. It's right there on the screen. 8 ounce, 12 ounce. Come in, dine in, carry out. Enjoy yourself, and we'll see you tonight after 4 right here. Rock and roll bingo Saturday. Bingo, rock and roll style. Song, match the song on your sheet. Get enough in a row, you win bingo. This is not regular bingo. Regular bingo happens on Monday. This is Saturday, rock and roll bingo, 7 o'clock right here, free to play. Nearly, I think, 50 reservations. I need to check. It looked a lot more than last time. I checked the list. Half off draft beer, other drink specials, food specials, jamming with Jesse doing the hosting. If you want to RSVP, call 563-264-2211. 2219. Jesus, it says it right there. Jeez, 2219. 563-264-2219 is the phone number. RSVP, have a good time. I promise that'll be fun. And if you don't want to do rock and roll bingo, come in on Monday for regular bingo. Hot deals on the front page of the Hy-Vee ad. Check those out and save blueberries, bananas, yogurt, lean cuisine, bath tissue, and more. Hot deals throughout the store. I love blueberries. I love Driscoll blueberries. They're the best. And that's a great price and a great deal. What a treat. Like, that's a sweet, I'm telling you, that was the only thing I allowed myself when I was super strict on my diet in June of 2018. The first sweet thing I had was like a half a cup of blueberries and a little bit of Ready Whip. And it was just glorious. And then I washed it down with an ice cold beer. No, I didn't. I didn't drink for a while on that diet, and it worked. What else? The food court deals. I think we'll mention the food court deals, and then we're going to get out of here because I'm reminding myself I have to run over to the club room because in about 5 or 10 minutes, Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Ziegman and I are going to make some keto fat bombs. But for now, food court deals throughout the store. Today is Thursday. 15-cent fuel saver on any breakfast. I love the fuel saver. I can't get enough of the fuel saver. So if I get a breakfast, 15-cent fuel saver. I told you I have 61 cents. So do the math. 61 plus 15 is 76 I could have. 66-cent egg rolls. So that's an awesome deal. 50-cent boneless wings, which are cheaper than Schmuffalo Schmild Schmings. Place in our parking lot, Schmuffalo Schmild Schmings. Our wings are cheaper, bigger, better, bolder. Not as loud in here as over there. No offense. I mean, I can't say no offense. It's just too loud. Buy one, get one free salad bar. That's awesome. And then on Friday, get a rack of ribs, $9.99. Dine and carry out, $1 slices of pizza, 50-cent drafts. And what is it, $14.99. Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for $4. That's a great deal. Feed the fam. Food court deals at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Come in and see us. We want to get you taken care of. All right. So yesterday we had the keto donuts on the show. The keto donuts. Listen, we're trying. You know, the demand is there. They had 30 people go to the bakery yesterday and ask for the donuts, and I tried to be clear about saying that was like a test batch. I hope that we can sell them by Monday. Fingers crossed. I'll let you know. Please keep an eye on the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. You know, I'll try and get the word out. We've got the Muscatine Hy-Vee Keto group on Facebook. Again, the intent is to get the recipe adjusted slightly and then be able to sell those keto donuts. 1 gram of sugar, 5 net carbs, 126 calories. I'm 3 pounds lighter today than I was yesterday. There's the keto group. You can see our friend Jen Chapin. Look at that, sharing some stuff. Look at Jen. Love it. Jen's got her YouTube channel, over 80,000 subscribers, sharing in the group. Made this for dinner the other night. Absolutely delicious. We love Jen. She does great. Check out Muscatine. What does it say for members? Can we see how many people are in there? I don't even know. And we're getting close to 1,000. That's exciting. Muscatine Hy-Vee Keto on Facebook. If you want to join, feel free. 988. I started that January 3rd or 4th, I think. 988. 988. That's a lot of people. This isn't just me. I'm not the only one on a diet. And it's not just all about keto. It's just about whatever. If you're doing another kind of diet and you need fun recipes, check it out. And there's the disclaimer and more info. You're going to get a tour of the store. You can talk to Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Ziegman. I'm literally going from here to finish making those keto fat bombs with her. It's 9:38. We have 9:45. We're doing that. So thank you for watching the show today. Thank you to our guests, Amy Hessel with the Muscatine Community YMCA. The wine dinner is coming up on February 8th. I've talked so much like my stomach's hurting. You ever have that happen where you talk so much your stomach hurts? I don't know what that is. I think it's like need to shut up itis is what it's called. I've like talked myself into like a stomach ache. How does that happen? Too many verbs. So thanks to Amy Hessel. Wine dinner February. What are you doing? Health department. You think they have something for shut up itis over there? Okay, I'll look for it. It's called duct tape. How do you cure shut up itis? Tape. So thanks to Amy, February 8th, wine dinner. Come in, check it out. And thanks to Principal Ben Nitzel with Saints Mary. Thank you, Steve. Saints Mary Matthias Catholic School. I will rip off my mustache, my beautiful goatee. Terry Eagle was supposed to be here today with the National Pearl Button Museum, and he couldn't make it. And he told me the Muscle Down Blues show this Saturday, January 18th, at the National Pearl Button Museum sold out. So that's great for them. First ever live music event sold out. Fundraiser for the National Pearl Button Museum. Terry said we're sold out. So he's like, I don't need to come on the show. I'm like, that's fine. I get it. Good for you. So Ben Nitzel came on, did a great job talking about Saints Mary Matthias Catholic School preschool options. He does movie reviews. We talked about a lot. I've known Ben for a while. So thank you for watching. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and team staffing. I'm done talking for today. I've got my official pill for my shut up itis, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.